Assalamu alaikum and welcome to all of you. This lecture is about presentation skills. The ability to express an idea is as important as an idea itself. A good presenter is clear and concise. William Shakespeare rightly said that brevity is the soul of wit. So, presentation should be concise, should be brief and up to the mark and relevant with your topic. A good presenter is always in control. A good presenter has an authority over his or her topic or idea. So, you must have collected the relevant information, relevant materials before presenting your topic. The recommendation of a good presenter is always honored and accepted. First of all, stage fright. This is a problem with all the presenters that the coming to the stage and presenting the topic. Stage fright is not all bad. Learn to control and live with it. Prepare your subject or topic properly. Rehearse your topic several times. Rehearse in the same room where you will speak if possible. Try to arrive at the place earlier and take a round. Use a lectern, a podium, or a rostrum, and there is an importance of it. You can keep your notes, your points there, and it can it can control your fright as well. You must take all the preparations, the relevant materials before presenting your topic. When you come to the stage or to present your topic, so breathe deeply and slowly before speaking. Keep your natural style and movement. Approach the lectern with assurance, enthusiasm, and confidence. These are certain tips for decreasing the stage fright. Then another aspect is rehearsal. Rehearsal means practice. If you don't rehearse or practice, then you should not present your topic. Practice the presentation at least 5 times. So, whenever you want to present your topic in the presentation room in front of the audience, you must have at least 5 times practice of it. Listen to your voice by recording it, and it is now quite easy for all of us that because we have the mobile sets, the mobile phones, and we have the facilities of recording, so we can easily record our voice or our presentation, listen it again and again, and in this way you can overcome the problems, or you can control your weaknesses, or you can overcome your flaws, your weaknesses accordingly. Try to visualize your audience. Then critically analysis of different aspects of your presentation. Rehearsal will provide you an opportunity to consider various aspects of your presentations, and if there is a point missing, then you can add it and you can make it. Then the audience, the viewers are the listeners. So you must know your audience. Your viewers are the presenters, the people who will participate in the lecture or in the presentation. So you must ask certain questions before presenting your topic. What do they want to know, your audience? What is their previous information or knowledge about the topic? Then, are they attending voluntarily or for certain reasons or for the improvement of certain skills, or that presentation is officially arranged? So it depends on the situation and it depends on the organization. How many people will be attending and what would be their age, gender, culture, language, etc., etc. The feelings of audience about the topic or subject, that's very very important. So our decision makers are also present in the presentation. This point is quite logical in a sense that whether the topic is to be presented officially to the officials or it is for the people who will attend it voluntarily. Will the audience feel energetic, enthusiastic, relaxed, or hostile? So, the audience and their psyche, the knowledge, it's very, very important. A presenter must know the psyche, the level, the standard of the audience before his or her presentation. Presentation sheet. The presenter, he or she must have a presentation sheet with him or her and what it carries. So on the presentation sheet, the presenter should write title of the talk, when he or she will give the talk, so the date of the talk or presentation, who will my audience be. We have discussed it in the previous slide. What final impression do I want them to have? What do I want to say? Key ideas, words, and visual aids, they should be in front of the presenter for the presentation. Where will be giving the talk? It means the place or the occasion of presentation. So, organization, train of thought. Organizing train of thought. Aim towards the audience. Get on track with a central thought. Appeal to the needs of the audience or the situation. Light up your audience with an attention getter relevant with the topic. So, you must have the attention of the audience, but your attention getter should be relevant with the topic or according to the audience, according to the level of the audience. Conclude your train of thought. Jump your train of thought with a final statement. Conclusion, meaningful conclusion is very, very important during the presentation stage. Speak up with confidence. Maintain eye contact by focusing the audience. Stress on the underlined keywords or the important ideas. The audience begins to evaluate you before you actually speak. Then again, speak up with confidence. Open by telling them what you are going to tell them. Focus on specific information. Do not use words for effect or to impress your audience. Conclusion should be brief and thought provoking. Then, body language or expression. Keep your hands in natural style, or rather, we can say that you should be in a very natural style, just like you look in a routine life. Both hands in pockets look unprofessional and casual. So, this is a formal occasion. the presenter should be in a very proper approach. One hand in a pocket is acceptable. Gestures should always support what the mouth is saying. It means your expression and your speech are speaking. It should be always in a natural style, and they should support each other. Natural facial gesture is a gift. Eloquence has a far-sighted effects on the audience. Then handling the questions or taking the questions. Here, one point is very, very important, that as an audience or as a presenter, the participants and the presenters, they should not asking questions during the presentation. The questions and answer session should always be at the end of the presentation. So whenever any participant, he or she tries to ask question during the presentation, he or she should be asked that the question can be put at the end of the presentation. So it's very, very important that the questions should not be put during the presentation. Prepare a list of important facts and summary of figures. Flag related files securely. Pass responsibility of reply to a technically superior colleague during answer question session. Gain time to recollect when a question is posed to you. Ask to repeat the question. Try to define question and convince the audience to agree with it. Repeat and paraphrase question to ensure that you have heard and understood rightly the question which has been put to you or has been asked. Redirect questions to a group of experts if they are present at the occasion. Take the audience into confidence and ask for their opinion. This is also a good idea to direct your response to experts or to the relevant people who are present at the occasion. For the moment, can we stay with the topic and we will return to your point. This response should be given to a participant or to a question which is not so relevant, or a participant who he or she wants to digress from the topic. So then at the end of the presentation, then there should be the question answer sessions. When the topic is presented, when it is finished, then the presenter can open the debate with the request that all the questions asked should be relevant with the topic and should be according to the present situation. The controversial questions are the questions which are irrelevant to the topic. They should not be encouraged and addressed. Thank you very much for your kind attention.